So we are a pull oracle. It's very different from other oracles out there, which are push oracle. The benefits is you can retrieve the data anytime you want. The other push oracles send the data like in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, so data is not updated. So if you're building any high frequency app or doing anything, it's better to use Pyth because you get faster data, you have more price feeds, and we support all the chains that you can name. Even. Don't use any other chain, please. Like any weird chains. So how we are different, we take the data from first-party data providers, not aggregators or CoinGecko, CoinDesk, something like that. Really, the data where data come from, like QCP Capital, CMS, you don't care about that, I know, but I have to say that. And we support almost 60 plus EVM chains. So either you're building on XYZ chain or shit chain, I don't care, we have the data there. And you can ask the question anytime, don't wait for AMA. Just so that you know what you're getting data from, in push, they send the data every 30 minutes or whatever. You then get the data from smart contract, whereas you request the data before you want to update it. Now coming to the code part, and I'll show you how to integrate Pyth. It takes only 5 minutes. You don't have to stake XYZ token to some contract to start using Pyth. Here we have 3 bounties. One, to start, if you want to use price data on your chain, or like any dApp, you have to use it on chain. We have a method of using off chain as well, but we want you guys to use on chain. That's the first criteria. Okay. Second, we have random number method. We call it entropy, Pyth entropy. It's similar to VRF, but way better than that. Okay. And third is an open bounty. You can create any tutorial or make any improvements to our SDK if you feel like, okay, this method is, if you add this method, it was great for people, we'll give you a bounty for that. We want to know how people like Pyth, what's a developer experience look like. Any question till now? You have not seen code or anything, so that's why. Yeah, I'll just start with this. This is how a normal main function looks like for ERC-721. Everybody is versed of that. Okay. Now, to use Pyth, you need 3 things. One, the chain, which chains you are building on. Second, what data, what price data you need. You need ETH price, BTC price, or gold price. I don't know why, but if you need it. That's second thing. And third is Hermes. That's something different. So 3 things: price feed, contract address of that chain, and the Hermes data point. What is Hermes? Hermes is an off-chain service. You fetch the data and update it. I can see some confused faces right now about Hermes. Yes. So I knew that this will happen. So we have a Pythnet that sends it into the wormhole. This is the Hermes, and this is the contract that you will build here. Okay. We have Pyth contract on every chain out there. Sorry?
Please stay on the front of the microphone, please.
Okay. So this is the contract you build. We have Pyth deployed on every chain out there. Now, if you want to read data from some oracle, how do you go? Read, price, feed, data, whatever, and you put the price feed ID. Am I right? That's how you do it? In this case, if you read like that, you'll get an old data, which you don't want for your dApp. So it's a pull oracle, I told you. It's not a push oracle. So you have to pull it. So from Hermes, you will pull the data, and you will update it on chain and consume it. That's how you get the latest data. Hermes is a service, which you can see here, from where you will pull the data. I'll show you with the code how simple it is.
So Hermes is something you use from like JavaScript to do that and then?
Yes, we have a Hermes SDK. It's an off-chain service that is running from different companies out there. So you don't have to implement Hermes. It's a normal SDK from which you will fetch the data. 1 line of code, that's it. Now with the code, I'll show you how to do that. So we have, if you go to like Pyth workshop, I have not opened it, sorry. Is it visible? So this is the same contract that we were using for the minting an NFT. It's an example I took. So if you see here, for the minting, I want ETH USD price right now, okay? And if you see, there's another argument called price update on the second argument. This is the price update you fetch from Hermes. So we have a Hermes Swagger file which is linked, which looks like this. Just for testing, you can use this and run it, or like in your dApp also, you just tell which price feed I want, and you will fetch an update data. You pass it in a contract here, and that's it. When you pass it, you fetch the price like this, and these you don't need that other thing. So we have all the examples in Pyth examples format, repository. So that's how you fetch it. This is the main method you need to click a photo for, if you want.
Yeah. So why is that an array? Is that because
You can fetch 10 to 20 prices in one call. So you don't have to worry about it. So, yep.
How do you create a price feed? Do I need to speak with you to create a price feed for something that you don't provide?
You can't create a new price feed right now. No, it's by governance. The DAO decide what's the next price can be there. So I'll just help you to navigate the docs if you want to find. This is how our docs looks like. That's how you go. Go to price feeds. If you see here, we have all the contract addresses. Okay, on the left you can see. Go to there. I'm pretty sure you all be building on EVM. These are all the chains that we support. And you don't need separate addresses for different price feeds. So you just need one address where Pyth is there. You take all of this. You have support all these chains. Okay? You take, like I want to do it on Arbitrum. Okay? So when you see the code here, okay, it's gone. Wow, now it's here. That address, you will copy it, and you will put it there in a constructor in your contract. This is the Pyth, where the Pyth contract is implemented. Now you need price feed IDs. So we have a page which is already in the ETHGlobal website. These are all the price feed IDs. So give me a random price feed ID, any crypto price if you want. Any? Give me a random. Gold. You search it here. It's GLD, I think. Yeah, GLD, something like eGold or US gold equity. Copy this. Okay? And in that same code, if you see the ETH USD price, like I'm hardcoded USD, but you can change it to gold price here. Pass that bytes, which I copied from that page, pass it there. This method will we do, okay, if you see it's a payable method. Why it's a payable method? Every time you update the price, you have to pay one way. The smallest denominator on any chain, if it's something else on other chain, that's what you pay, one way. So you're pulling the data, you're updating on chain, and you're using it. So if she pulls the data, and within a minute you want to consume the data, you don't have to update it because it's already updated. I think it's not clear for some. No. Why? The reason is, if you see this, what does Hermes do is, we are getting data from Wormhole, and then you are fetching from Hermes. That data is getting verified. So contract already has the data. So what it does, it verifies the data, so she can't pull a malicious data. That's how we do verification. So always get correct data, which is there, and you can fetch data anytime you want. So that's the way how Pool Oracle works.
So do we need to put a check in there? Let's say, can we go back to the code? Let's say that I updated already, and it's already updated. Should there be some check to see, do we need to call update? Because what if
Yes.
I already called it and he doesn't want to?
So that method, update price feeds, already have that check. So if you're already updating it, so if the data is already there, it won't update it. So we have an API reference. I am helping you to navigate the docs so that you get everything. If you go there, API reference page, EVM, and you can see all the prices that contract supports. So if you see the get price, I'm pretty sure everybody will face this issue. The get price will give you the latest data. Like there's an example, execute the query, there's a stale price error coming. Why? Because this price is not being updated. Okay, so every price you update, it will get stale after 60 seconds. That's how we keep the freshness on the chain. Okay, so but now you update the price and you try to fetch it within 60 seconds, you will get the price. It will not throw this error.
Does that mean the fee is zero then? If for me, let's say that he updated it.
Yes.
So is my fee zero?
Yes.
Okay, but that means that my contract needs to have some ETH, right? Because
Oh, it can take from message or sender, the EOA. And if you don't care about the latest price, you can use the get price unsave method. So it will always return you something.
Will that help me with my issue with the euro?
Yes.
So I should use get price?
Yes, you can use that. And you can fetch and like this. I want data not older than 4 seconds. So a lot of perpetual dexes, they don't want data very old. So they can use this. I don't want seconds older than 5 seconds. You can put the age here. That can happen. EMA price, I'm not sure if you guys want to use. It's like exponentially moved average price, similar methods. And these are like update fees you can get on your chain. What's update fees? It's 1 right now for every chain, but you can try if you want to. So if you see Hermes, we have SDK also for Hermes, TypeScript, Python, both. But it's a normal curl command. I don't think you will need an SDK for that. But we are there. It's there. So if you use this API, I'm going to try it out. You can add so many price feeds in one call. So in the same contract, if you want to fetch 5 price feeds, you don't have to update 5 times. You can use update 1 time. You get, like I'll show you. Suppose these are 5 different price feeds. I'm not doing it. Want hex encoding and then execute. Take this. This is the update data that you will use it as an argument in the contract. Okay, the difference here for you guys as new developers who is using Pyth, you have used oracles before. It's easier to use an oracle that they're out there because you can directly fetch it. You don't have to do all this thing. But to get started, you have to put some token somewhere. You have used those kind of oracles. We don't need to do. Everything is permissionless. You don't need any human being to intervene in between or any of our community members. That's one thing. Second, it's one way for update. Third, you are getting latest prices. That is something different. So if you see, all the oracles are moving towards pull oracle because they can't expand. The reason we could expand to every chain out there, it's only one price feed ID for all the chains. That's also remember. If you're using BTC USD on 5 chains, you have to hard code those BTC USD price feed on every chain. Different IDs. It's one ID. So when you see all the price feed IDs here, this is ID that we use on all EVM chains, Solana, Starknet, whatever you call. So that's one good thing about that.
So we would do the 2 updates, like if I wanted to get from Euro to USD and then USD to ETH.
One update, yes.
But I would have to get 2 different ones, right?
Yeah, 2 IDs. Inside, put that in Hermes. You get the update data or via SDK and push it to the contract. You pay 2-way because 2 price updates.
So should I show how that would be, but then in actuality use the get price unsafe because the euro
Yes.
will be available?
Yes.
And I can make a comment.
Yes.
Only thing that I didn't saw is how much decimals are you putting on the price? Is it the normal 18 decimals? For Bitcoin, is it 6?
Yeah. So if you so when you get the price object, it has price, decimals, confidence interval, as well as last published time. I'll show you how. Like from Hermes, if you want to use off-chain prices, you don't want to use on-chain prices, you can use Hermes to fetch the prices, and the price object looks like this. Price, confidence interval, exponential, which is the decimals you need, and the published time, last published time. Okay?
So on chain, I need to convert the negative number to a positive number, and then...
We have a method, we have a helper method, sorry.
Because it's common for me to...
Yes, this is the convert PRIT to XUSD. You can, we have helper methods in our SDK, and you can use that. And since I have 2 minutes, I'll just explain how entropy works. This is the second bounty we have for random number. It's quite different from any random number that you have used there. So if you want to use a random number for gaming or something, The only difference here is how do you use a random number? You fetch the random number, that's it. But it's a 2-commit hash. So if I have a random number, you have a random number, you have a random number. The random number that entropy will give you is a hash of 2. So it's like I can't change my random number because hash would get changed. You can't change your random number, hash would change. So if you want to use entropy, you will call this fetch entropy random number, and you'll pass your random number. Okay? Any random number you want to put that. You will pass that, you get the fees, which is whatever there, and you check the fees, and you'll see you get a sequence number from that, request with callback. You'll get a sequence number which will store on the chain. After that, there's an entropy callback which will be done by the Pyth decentralized service, which generates that random number from your, and it will do a callback, entropy callback, and with a random number, which you can consume. That's how entropy works. That's the only fees you have to pay. You don't have to link some tokens or something like that. That's another entropy. This is more safer because you can see how random numbers are generated. It's a 2-commit. It's based on you. If you don't change your random number, you will get the actual random number. I have to pack a lot of things in 20 minutes. That's why I have to rush it. I will be available just outside of this for any AMA. I know for me also as a developer, I took a lot of time to explain how things are happening, and I'm happy to help on this. Okay?
If we have trouble, we can come see you.
Yes. And I'll be putting some links on the ETHGlobal website, my personal Telegram. If you cannot see me here, you can ping me there.